How about you all sit there quietly while I make dad noises?
Dad noises. Dad noises.
Ran over there and go to the John.
Welcome to Dad Noises, the podcast for dads by a dad without a dad. I'm your host, JP Doyle. What is going on tonight? This evening, actually, I'm by myself, so it's just you and me today, like the old times, the good old days. So I just want to go ahead and just jump into it this week. You know, I've had some bad back problems, some bad back pain. I'm pretty sure it's just old age is catching up to me. I don't know. I think if I do a motion where my legs are spread apart and like probably past my shoulders, and if I squat or bend over, it throws something out in my hips, or it does something, man. Last time it was my right side. My right lower back was killing me. And now it's the left side, and it's causing like just pain to radiate through my whole back. So that's what's fun, is when you get old, everything just fucking goes to shit. So, yeah, unless, you know, you are able to keep up with your body really well with good food and habits like that, you know, that I don't do at all. I work out, but I eat like a fucking monster. I don't eat like I should, and I think it's having an effect on my body. I think all the carbohydrates, they're destroying my enzymes and whatever happens whenever you eat carbs. You know, smart shit that I don't know. Inflammation, that's a word that they say a lot. So something's happening to my body, folks, okay? And it's not a good thing. It's not like when, you know, whenever you're a kid and you're starting to, you know, get those feelings of eroticism spewing through your veins, and it's just rolling like a rolling thunder over a hill. And every moment you must release the sweet release and experience orgasm. And you know, that's a great feeling to have for your body. And that's an interesting experience to go through at a weird young age where you're learning about yourself. And then when you hit 30, so that happens when you're like 13, 14, you hit 30, and so double that, fast forward 15 plus years, and your body is falling apart. And you know, I mean, your pecker only works in stints. It comes in waves. Sometimes, well, for me, sometimes it's like I feel like a teenager again, and then sometimes my back hurts so bad I don't even want a hand job. You know, that's bad. You know, your back is in so much pain when you don't even want to get a hand job, because you don't even have to do anything for a hand job. You just sit back, relax. But my back is so uncomfortable that I wouldn't even be able to enjoy it. So, you know, give me some hydrocodone instead, or some fentanyl. And I mean, fucking shove that shit right in my muscles and give it to me. Give it to me rough, right there, a fentanyl patch. Give me a fentanyl patch right on my back. Because that's what I'm dealing with now. I don't got time to be trying to move my hips like I'm Ricky Martin in the bedroom. I can't. My hips are fucked up. I have bad hips. What happened? Where did these hips come from? I know that I walk with a bowed leg. You know, right now, if you're sitting somewhere, or imagine if you're not, or whatever, standing, I guess, put your legs together. And do your knees touch? Do your shins and your calves touch when your ankles are touching? Because mine don't. There's like a huge gap from like penis area all the way down to my ankles, and it's literally like a bow. So like if you found if I died in the woods somewhere and then my body decomposed for years and all that was left was bones. If you found my femur here in the woods, you could use it and make a bow and arrow. So that's really fucking cool. You fucking Robin Hood could use my legs as a weapon to steal from the rich. So I don't know if having the bowed legs is what's causing the hip pain or what. It's just hard to find the source of the pain. I just noticed that one time when I was a fat fuck, I was bending over to pick up an ice chest that was empty. And I had to like kind of spread my legs apart and like bend down like this, like with my arms apart, and pick it up because it was like a wide ice chest. And I threw my back out and like it was like this pain times 10. And then now when I do it, it's usually that same motion. The last time I heard it, I was squatting. And then this time I heard it, I was doing a lift between my legs, prison style workout. I was doing a workout here in the studio, actually on the floor right there. Did some push-ups, and I have a heavy case from one of my gimbals for filming. So I was just bending over and picking it up and putting it over my head. And I did it about 50 times, I think, or something like that. And ever since then, my hip or my back right here has been hurting. So when you get old, it's not fun. It's fun, but it's not fun for your body. And I get like in moods where I want to go, like right now, y'all, if you've been listening to the show, you know, my whole thing is basketball, and I've been playing basketball a lot, but I'll go play basketball, workout, do, you know, a lifting routine, and then like be chilling at home and be bored and then go shoot at the park. So I'm shooting again. And that was fine whenever I was a teenager. That's not a problem. I can do that. But now I cannot do that. I definitely noticed the effect it has on my body, and my body is so tired. Really, it's so tired. My back is just pulsing with, dude, yesterday was miserable. I was going to do the show yesterday, but I couldn't do it because my back was just pulsing with pain. It was just reverberating through my spine. And then my muscles around my spine were just, I could literally feel them like tensed and like pulsing. So if there's any hot Asian masseuse out there that want to give big old daddy a rub down, let me know. Or even if there's any men want to give me a rub down, I would appreciate it, because you know what, that a massage from a man would probably be smarter, because the whole time you're getting a massage from a woman, you know, as a guy, I think most guys can agree with this. You can't get a massage from an attractive woman without thinking most of the time, like, is she going to rub my inner thigh and touch my pillow tusk? Is she? Is she going to slide her? Every time she kind of goes down your lower back, you're like, is she going to stop? Oh, she stopped. And then, you know, and I've never had a massage. I don't get many massages, first off. So the ones that I've had, I don't necessarily remember them being from attractive females, but even that during those, some thoughts arose. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things. You know, as a guy, we just have these intrusive thoughts. They just pop in our head. So maybe getting a massage from a man is the route, because it's just bro and bro doing it together. Especially if you go in and talk about it, like, you know, you got to agree the whole no homo thing. Say it first, like y'all both walk in, and then you just look at him and you just go, no homo, and he's like, he just gives you a little nod. Take your shirt off. Boom, you established it. This is not homoeroticism. This is just one bro helping out another bro. Bro knows that bro on the table has some back pain, because bro lives the life of a bro. So bro knows. So bro is just helping out one bro. That's a dude aronomy 1-4. So write it down. Take notes. But maybe I should go get a massage and see if that helps. I have these devices. They're called PSO, like PSO. and they are these metal. They're plastic actually, and they are hard plastic that is shaped in like little ridges. For the visual people on YouTube, if you're not listening, if you're watching, I'll throw some pictures up there. But maybe if I remember to do it in editing. But they basically they have like these little ridges, and you lay on them. And at first, when I first got them, it was painful to lay on those things. It's hard plastic with your body weight, full body weight, driving straight into them, into your muscles that hurt. So they're already sore. But now I do it almost every night. Sometimes a couple times a day, sometimes a few times a day. And man, it's been a miracle on my back. But when they hurt like this, I use it, and whew, it's painful, man. But it feels like it gets that loosened up, whatever is going on back there, whatever injury. Maybe I got to stop throwing it back. Maybe because, like whenever I'm just by myself at home and nobody's around, I'll just throw it back a little bit. Put some yin yang twins on and just throw it back and throw out your back. You're 30, you can't throw it back anymore. You're going to throw out your back. That's just the way it works. That's time. That's physicality. That's science. And I didn't make science. So let's get into some of the notes that I have. So I just want to talk about how old I feel for a little while. But let's go ahead and get into some notes. This is so funny. Okay. Why can't, it's so much harder for men to have quick money making schemes, because most quick money making schemes involve illegal activities such as selling drugs or things like that, or robbing banks, or mugging people on the side of the street, like pulling somebody into a dark alley and doing that to them. So that's what you have to, of course there's other quick money making schemes, but another one, of course, is pornography. And women, mostly, especially if, they're in the amateur category, they have it pretty easy. Most women can just make an OnlyFans and have enough followers or supporters to probably have a decent side hustle or primary source of income. And for us men, not that I know of, unless you're in a specialized division, specialized task force of sexy men making money out there, I'm not sure how you make money quickly in sexual sexcapades online. And one time, this was probably maybe 4 years ago now, probably 4 years ago, I was like, dude, if chicks can sell their underwear online, I bet you can sell your underwear to gay men. Men want to buy gay men's, or gay men want to buy men's underwear. Freudian slip, possibly. You'll understand in a second. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, I see these people have Instagrams, like these chicks. They would sell panties on Instagram. So basically they would post themselves in a picture wearing the panties and be like, if you're interested, DM me to get your hands on these panties, stuff like that. And then you would, I'm assuming guys DM them, and then they work out a business transaction, right? I've never bought any, honestly. If I did, I'd tell you. Never have. And I was like, I should take control of this situation and see if I can make some money selling my underwear to gay dudes. I'm not gay because I'm not doing the gay act, right? Look, I'm not really asking you guys because this is rhetorical, obviously, because you're just listening. But this is how I talked it out in my head. And I was like, I'm not gay, right? So what I did was I had some very close up, where you can't see much of who it is in the underwear. And I would post it, and I had an Instagram, and I followed gay accounts. And this is crazy. And I tried it. And to no avail. I did not sell one pair. I probably posted 2 to 3 times, and I learned quite quickly. Gay dudes were just messaging me, trying to flirt with me, trying to get me to send them nudes and stuff. And I swear, if I did, I would tell you. I never sent one, and I never was comfortable with that. And I actually then I started feeling very uncomfortable and questioning myself and saying, have I lost all dignity? I'm, a grown man. I mean, I don't, maybe it was longer than 4 years ago. I hope, I don't know. Honestly, I just live life day by day, right? So yeah, that was failed business venture. So if you're a dude out there listening and you think that it's possibly a smart idea to try to take advantage of gay men online and selling your stinky underwear to them, it doesn't work. So I hope I taught you something valuable on this episode that you're listening to right now. I hope that helped you. Okay, so I don't know much about this story. I haven't looked into it too much. I just heard it through social media and in passing and stuff like that. But supposedly there's a Chinese spying satellite flying over the country. And at first I heard it was just a balloon. And for some reason I just found it hilarious because it's just like, I was just thinking shoot it down, right? I know that obviously they were saying that the debris could hurt people or something like that. It's one of the arguments too that I heard. But I mean, you don't know what. I guess another thing would be you don't want to blow it up because if there's something in it that could be dangerous or like set off a bomb. So maybe just stop shooting it down immediately was kind of pretty smart. But man, to let it fly over the United States for days, that's man, you got to think of something quicker than that. A way to capture it and fly it, move it away. I feel like we have some type of capabilities to handle this situation better than we did, but I just found it kind of funny whenever I first heard it was just like a Chinese balloon flying over, and it's like, what if some dude just in China just just was making this YouTube video and just inflated a giant balloon thinking it'd be hilarious, and then he let it go and it flew over us and we're all freaking out and our airspace is all collapsed and dying, and we don't know what to do about this balloon, and it's just some guy. A massive Chinese surveillance balloon that moved across the continental United States this week has been shot down. The Pentagon has confirmed the balloon was being used for surveillance, disputing China's claim that it was a civilian aircraft used for meteorological purposes. General Pat Ryder said the balloon didn't pose a physical or military threat, and once it was detected, the U.S. took steps to protect against foreign intelligence collection of sensitive information. Secretary of State Antony Blinken postponed a planned trip to China as the balloon's presence over the continental U.S. added new tensions to the U.S.-China relationship. Blinken called the balloon a clear violation of U.S. sovereignty and international law. So, I wonder, what does that do for the relationship with China? Because, I mean, if it was proven a surveillance balloon, that's an act of war, right? You can't just, but man, just the things that America does to countries. We literally go in and create coups and overthrow and seize the government and military and then put in who we want. The democratic powers that be. We force democracy on you. Haha. So, man, but it's just crazy. It's just like, it's comical. Now it's like things are happening that I don't know if it's already a Simpson, how there's those Simpson predictions. I don't know if this is already a Simpson prediction or not, but this situation is definitely one that should be, right? Like, this sounds like a fucking Simpson prediction. China gets caught, or China sends a surveillance balloon and America's freaking out below and doesn't know what happened. Like, you can literally see this in a Simpsons episode, but no, it's not. It's just real life. We don't have to watch The Simpsons to experience The Simpsons, because Simpsons, it's real life. That's the beauty of the fucking timeline that we live in. Whatever the fuck's going on in this dimension or reality or plane of existence that we are currently on. I don't understand it. It's the weirdest shit. It's fucking crazy. Maybe cut this timeline off, start a new one. What are we gonna do? Because I'm at the point now where I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Fuck it. I'm just gonna sit in my room and do nothing all day. What's the point? You got fucking China flying balloons over us, you know? When does it stop? It's crazy. You know, you can't write this shit. So, I don't know. I thought it was pretty interesting, but supposedly they shot it down. Let's see. It was shot down on the East Coast. A South Carolina woman had a front row seat to the military missile strike on a suspected Chinese spy balloon, describing a loud boom that rattled her home. It literally just flew right over our development, our house, the witness, Liam Munier of Myrtle Beach, told ABC News. As soon as I walked outside, I literally looked straight up in the sky, and it was right above my head. I don't know why. That's how I appear that it sounds. I was outside. I was watching it. You saw all the fighter jets flying around it and circling it. You saw all the airstreams. I think there was about 5 of them. I went back inside for a second, and all of a sudden the whole house just shook, and that was like a loud boom, said Munier. So yeah, she filmed a video of it, and so U.S. pushes back against China's weather balloon claims. So I guess China is saying that it was a weather balloon, but obviously we don't think so. So that's fun, right? Like, isn't it great that we just get to live in these two countries or in countries, and we just kind of live under the power of these people that we just, you know, kind of got forced to have to choose from, all of them, right? Like, we just fucking are here, and because we were born here and put here on earth, and we just happen to pop out of pussies right in this spot, you know, it's just crazy to me to think that, like, so many people are at the mercy of these tiny few. Because I feel like if most people could have it our way, we would just like stop doing war. Government wouldn't even really. This is like a utopian idea, right? There would be no government. We would just kind of like, you stay on your side, we stay over here. You know, whatever other systems. You know, this money system is what kind of helps, you know, create the corruption. So there would be no money system. It would just be people live. And I you know, that's the utopian idea. And I feel like most people would much rather have that than what it is now. But no, because of the way things were structured before a time that we were even born or had a choice or option or opinion to say about, it just kind of was on us. And it's like, this is just the way it is. And now these few people, compared to the millions of people that they are, you know, supposed to be empowered for or be powered to, they just kind of decide whatever the fuck happens. So one dude gets like, let's fly balloons over the country and get surveillance of the United States. And now we have to figure out if this is worth, you know, causing military issues over. So it's fun stuff, man. It's fun stuff. And the best thing is it being out of your control, because, you know, there's nothing better about being a human than worrying about stuff that's completely out of your control, right? Isn't that the best thing? That's the best thing for your psyche, for sure, is just worrying about shit that you can't control. It's got to be good for you. That's why they do it to us all the time. It gets old, people. It gets old. This is a very strange world. Very, very strange. I wish I could go back to being younger, dude, and just, I didn't give a fuck. I was just trying to chew bubblegum and fucking hit the streets on the court, right? Fucking playing b-ball, trying to play a sport, chewing bubblegum, and, you know, taking a peek at some dirty magazines once in a while. That's all I lived for. That was my fucking life, you know, as a kid. I would just take that back so quickly. It sucks because then when you're a kid, you can't rationalize it, and you think being an adult is so cool because you can do whatever you want. You know, you get so tired of people telling you what to do. But man, wasn't there a freedom in people telling you what to do? Kinda, in a weird way. It was a freedom of not having to fucking worry about anything. And you were just told, wake up, go to school, do this, do that. And and in between you kind of made it what you wanted it to be. Man, that was the fucking life. I don't know. I think I would go back to junior high. I think junior high was a fun age. It was before everything got serious, or started getting serious, and it was, or even ninth grade, like that time, but you were still like pretty free, pretty crazy, still doing stupid shit. It'd be nice to be a kid with an adult brain, but without the worrying part, just like you could just logically, make choices better and things like that, but you weren't worried about China balloons flying over the country. Because as a teenager, you're like, man, that's fucking crazy, whatever. Chinese people are crazy, right? That's what we're told. That's what I was told. That's what the media tells us. The Chinese government is insane. We got to fight them. They're always worried about China and Russia. So I don't know. I wish it would be so much fun. But that's not the way it is. And then another fun thing is, you kind of don't have much control over the life you're leaving for your kiddos. Nobody tells you that you worry about shit like that when you're an adult and you have kids. So it's good times. Let's get into some more stuff that I wrote down. So I've been seeing this thing for weeks now, and I still see these memes of this cop lady that was slanging that thing around the department, and she was being a little dirty on the job. Dispatch, we have a dirty bitch in the office here. She needs to come suck your dick. That's pretty much the dispatch calls I assume occurred. I don't remember exactly which state it was in, but I just know, and I don't even know the details of the story. You're literally listening to a podcast of a dude that has no idea what I'm talking about. So where does that leave you? And then you listen if you want, but I warned you. This show's hosted by a complete idiot. But I just know that she was fucking some dudes, basically in this department, at this police department. She was an officer, and she banged, a handful of dudes. And I guess her husband knew about it. And they all lost their jobs and stuff. But it's kind of like, you kind of just let them be, right? If that's what they want to do, what does it matter? As long as they're not hurting anybody. Now, I do see where you can't just let it happen either, because obviously that creates a very odd work dynamic, I'd imagine. I don't know. And the other cops that partook in the cucking, did they were they married? I think some of them were probably married. So maybe that's the problem. So what do you do? Like it's such a hard line to toe. Your initial response is, well, obviously you have to fire them, but then at the same time, it's like you're firing people because they're fucking. So it's kind of like weird too. But I guess you do have to fire them. It's kind of unprofessional. So maybe the right move was firing them, because I went into this like on 100%. Let them do it. I'm for it. You see like the Uncle Sam pictures where he's like, I want you. And it's like, I'm for it. I'm for the gangbangs. I don't know. Was it gangbangs that they did? It's making my pubic area itch, honestly. But yeah, it's just like the memes are hilarious though, because I saw one and it was like what every baby's going to look like in the year, and it was like 10 years from now or so. What was it? It was like what every baby's going to look like soon, and it was just like what every human being's going to look like on Earth or something eventually in the future. And then it showed like babies that look like her. So it was just really funny. So I don't know. What do you do in that situation? It's kind of old news too, but the memes, they're still going strong. There's some really hilarious memes. So, yeah, let's see what else we had. I thought I was going to be able to talk a little more on that, but I guess not. Oh, this one is insane, people. Okay. This guy Okay, so whenever you die, I was having a conversation with Summer, with my wife, and whenever you die, you know you can say like if you want your body to go to science or whatever, but they don't necessarily tell you what there's a buzz in the line, and they don't necessarily tell you what you're donating your body to science for. So you may think that it's going to be used for like organ transplants or be presented in the museum one day. There's different reasons why they could possibly use your body. And they don't tell you that sometimes they use it for things like, this is a story I heard. I couldn't find the story about this on the internet, but one of the stories I heard was they used the woman's body as a cadaver dog, like research things. So basically they used her body for dogs to bite, to study their bites for police training, and to like find dead bodies. They used the body, so her body was just like used and then just like discarded. And for some reason, like imagining like German shepherds running and tearing apart a grandma, it's kind of comical. I see some humor in that. If you really, if you're listening, you close your eyes and then you just see like an officer like go give a command like, "Oh," and then the freaking dogs just take off, and then your grandma's there like in a tree like a piñata, or not your grandma because then it wouldn't be as funny. A grandma is funnier. A grandma's like in a tree, she's already dead, and she's just like hanging like a piñata, and these dogs are just like jumping on there, and her body's like spinning around slowly, and the dogs are just like hanging from her. I mean, imagine the visual. I found it kind of funny. So then I found this story. Looking for that story. Man learns mom's body donated for research was instead blown up in military testing. So an Arizona man is upset having learned his mother's body was sold to the military for blast testing. And he's one of many families who gave the bodies of loved ones to the Biological Resource Center with the understanding their bodies could be used for scientific purposes. There are dozens of families who still don't know what happened to bodies of the loved ones they donated to the Biological Resource Center. Her name was Doris Stauffer, her son said. Jim Stauffer does know, Jim Stauffer does know, but he almost wishes he didn't. He donated his mother's body in 2013 after she battled Alzheimer's. He trusted BRC to get her brain to neurologists who could learn more about the disease, but instead his mom's body, according to Reuters, was sold to the U.S. military to test explosives. I wish I had a sound effect button. Dude, so you like imagine that, like, now, and well, maybe she didn't know because she had Alzheimer's, so obviously she was probably not very coherent when she passed, but thinking, well, I'm so glad that at least her body can be used for something meaningful, and they can take her brain and study it. And you kind of like, because it's not an easy decision to want to like do that to somebody's body of a loved one. And then he probably like kind of went back and forth in his head about it. And he's like, but it's for a good cause. And the military is like, blow it up. Like instead, now you see an Uncle Sam picture where instead of "I want you," it says "I want your grandma for military testing." And you see fucking nuke explode in the background, and grandma's just disintegrated. I mean, and what's worse is that it's just for one time. It wasn't even like they couldn't like reuse his mom's body. They couldn't reuse it. One explosion, it's done. So that's probably the worst part, honestly. Kind of makes you sad if you think about it. At first, when I thought about it, it was funny, but now I think about it, it's kind of sad. But that's the world, baby. That's balance. That's the yin and yang. Things are sad. Things are funny. Yin and yang, right? Am I even making sense now? Honestly, I don't even know. So let me see. Make sure there was nothing else on this list that I really wanted to touch on. But I thought that story was pretty crazy. I think that's it, folks. I'm going to go ahead and call this episode a wrap. I don't exactly know the time that I've done, but this week was kind of weird. It was not what I was expecting. So I'm sorry that this episode is cut really short, but I tried my best, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share it. You can follow us on YouTube. Go subscribe. We have a video of the show also. And next time, you don't know what you're going to get. Maybe I'll be here alone again. Maybe our main man, Dylan, will be back. Maybe we'll have a guest and Dylan. You never know. And then also be on the lookout. We are going to be doing an XFL Houston Roughnecks companion for their first game. I'll give you the date on the next episode, but make sure you're going to check that out. It's going to be a live stream. We're going to be hanging out, watching the game, supporting this new league. Hopefully it takes off. I'm excited about it. So until then, folks, see you.